I wanted to respond to presidential candidate Hillary Clinton and presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. When Clinton said that Trump was actually helping Isaac's recruit in his statement, well, he's telling the truth. So that's number one. But I wanted to, this is what Bernie Sanders was supporting Clinton in her comments she made about Trump. And I wanted to, he made the statement, and I just saw that on the TV news this morning, I believe it was NBC affiliate here, yeah, to where he was saying, well, they're talking about ISIS and Assad. Well, I never understood why it was okay for the United States to determine who's terrorists and send the troops over and recruit, didn't recruit their hostages, the Brits, to take the fall for what the United States is doing, running in and making it look like Great Britain's gun-ho and can't wait, which is a total lie. And I'm coming to that, okay? Anyway, he made the comment, if you look back at the destabilization of the Middle East, the United States did it. First of all, it wasn't first of all, but Saddam Hussein, there's a whole list. Bin Laden was supposed to have orchestrated all this terrorism, and then you got, and you could go on and on, and then you got Assad. So now then Bernie Sanders is saying, well, they're terrorists, of course, they're terrorists, that's the name labeled by the United States, must be true, right? So, that Assad will be taken out by his own people. Well, they'll orchestrate that, they are now, because who do you think destabilized all this and is causing the flood of immigrants into Europe that's in the UK? I mean, what they're doing to the UK, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, etc., is a crime. And it's brought about by the destabilization caused by the United States, saying they're terrorists and everything. You didn't have all this back then. I was trying to think, because I made comments way back then during the Desert Storm and everything. In fact, I had to live up on the Appalachian Trail and I was so glad to get the leavings of some of the people that came by and left those packs that the soldiers have, and that was during Desert Storm. So now then what I wanted to get to is the United States, Mr. Sanders and Ms. Clinton, and by the way, Hillary Clinton and her husband, Bill Clinton, went, well, I don't know that Ms. Clinton did. Let me rephrase that. Bill Clinton did and Chelsea did. Now, Bill Clinton was a Rhodes Scholar. He was awarded that and went to Oxford. And that's where I'm from, England, where you kidnap me and you take this country and the New World Order, the Illuminati, which control Oxford, and have kidnapped me and take down my father. Well, you had to do the takedown of my father, Edward VIII, illegal. He was never married to Wallace Simpson. He was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe, Windsor, my mom, sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe in Madison, Wisconsin, and then later Ghost Ranch near Santa Fe. And by the way, the only movie that I'm aware of that was ever made on Ghost Ranch, Georgia's land, was Aliens, and I've forgotten what, but it's he didn't play 007, but it was filmed there. He played another character there. Daniel Craig did. So now then, somebody's going to say, oh, well, that was just happened. I don't think so. Just like when I was doing a book on mind control in Atlanta, Larry Flint was shot, and there's a long list of people that mind control was used on them and that make them go out and kill and shoot and all this. I was living at Moonraker, and the movie hadn't come out. I was living at Moonraker Apartments. And the title of my book was It'll Be a License to Kill. Timothy Dalton came out in just the one movie. So I'll leave that there. And come back to this in case this is ever told before a world court, which is now controlled by the Illuminati, the people that helped kidnap me. And my own Uncle George VI, illegal, and Elizabeth's illegal, and all the money she's amassed is mine. And look at Great Britain. Look at the UK. Look at the British, what used to be the British colonies. They now belong under the guise of being independent. Well, to the United States, they do. They control them. So now I want to get back to this. You took out my father, put 99 year seal on it. Wasn't even married to Wallace Simpson. I was born in 39, kidnapped in 41, brought to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married at Childers. Both Carl and Peggy were dead, and I'm sure if you can get a real DNA, it would prove it now. But I want to mention this while I'm at it. You're taking out leaders, and I guess you're calling me a terrorist, you're calling my father a terrorist, you're calling King Ferdinand a terrorist, you're calling Tsar Nicholas's family a terrorist, and then you got Anastasia right up here from me, and I was driving a car furnished by Hustler Magazine, Larry Flint. He had been shot, and I was flown out there. And I was driving through at the time she died, it was killed. Anastasia, May the 4th, I believe it was on a Sunday. They tried to change the date. I know when I drove through there. I had heard it over the radio. And I was just finding out about my kidnapping and my birth, who my father is and mother are. And then I end up here, and Larry Flint, by the way, ends up here in the parody suit that Jerry Falwell sued, freedom of speech here in Roanoke at the Top Building, the very place that I end up. And by the way, for all these years and telling about mind control, still telling about it, the Virginia Tech and shootings, etc., which nobody mentions, none of the candidates. And by the way, what about Vince Foster? And there's a whole list. I have to look back. I believe he was the White House counsel under Clinton. Back to the Oxford University. You can, I think, what was his name? David Icke, had a good video. I haven't watched any of these, but I did go back and Google mind control. And David Icke had a really good one. I didn't get to watch it all, the video, but it was about Oxford and guess who was also there? The Kennedys, either Robert or John, I can't remember which. When I was kidnapped, they were part of my kidnapping. Joe Kennedy, their father, was appointed ambassador by Roosevelt, and he was there from 36 till 45 when they kicked him out. And John and the older son, Joe, used to fly in there and even spoke before Parliament. Now, you've got me kidnapped and brought over here. My good, wonderful father, his name made mud. That's what I was told mine was made by somebody. Because they don't care here if they did it. They think it's a joke what they're doing to me and did to my father and my kids. So anyway, Kennedy went to Rhodes, or went to Oxford, one of them. And then you had the very person I put up here that had me, he was on the phone, it was on the Watergate tapes, 18-minute gaps. I don't care what they did. 1980, the district attorney Simpson I worked for in Huntsville, they role-played the Watergate tape in the office there. They role-played it. And I was taken by Gonzalez, the sick doctor. I was drugged in Rohypnol, I guess, because I knew what was going on. I just couldn't move. But they took me over to College Park at the trolley, where the trolley crossings are, or used to be, and we're still there in 82. And they took me back there and put me on a table, and there was a doctor behind me with a phone. I could hear everything they said, and Victor Gonzalez, the SOB, stood over me with a grin on his face. And if the call didn't come through delivering what this